and white, and the days were short. There was too much death and temporary inconvenience. Sometimes the player dreamed it was lost in a story. Sometimes the player dreamed it was other things in other places. Sometimes these dreams were disturbing. Sometimes very beautiful indeed. Sometimes the player woke from the dream into another and woke into the third mind. Into the third. Sometimes the player dreamed it watched words on a screen. Let's go back. The atoms of the player were scattered in the grass, in the rivers, in the air, in the ground. A woman gathered the atoms. She drank and ate and inhaled, and the woman assembled the player in her body. And the player awoke from the warm, dark world of its mother's body into the long dream. And the player was a new story, never told before, written in letters of DNA. And the player was a new program, never run before, separated from the source code, a billion years old. And the player was a new human, never alive before, made from nothing but milk and love. You are the player, the story, the program, the human, made from nothing but milk and love. Let's go further back. The 7 billion atoms of the player's body were created long before this name, in the heart of the star. So the player too is information from the star, and the player moves through the story, which is the forest of information planted by a man called Julian, the flat infinite world created by a man called Marcus that existed inside a small private world by the player's inhabited universe is created by Sush. Sometimes the player created small private world that was soft and warm and simple, sometimes hard, some cold, complicated. The model, sometimes it's called those flex electrons and protons. Sometimes it's called planets and stars. Sometimes it believed it was the universe and was made of energy that was made of offs and ons, zeros and ones, lines and codes. Sometimes it believed it was playing a game. Sometimes it believed it was reading words on a screen. You are the player reading the words. Shh. Sometimes the player could read lines and codes on the screen, decoded them into words, decoded words, know into meaning, decoded meaning into feelings, emotions, theories, ideas, and players started to breathe faster and deeper, realized it was alive, and alive in those thousands of deaths that had not been real. The player was alive. You are alive. And sometimes the player believed the universe had spoken to it through the sunlight that came through the shuffling leaves of the summer trees. And sometimes the player believed the universe had spoken to it the light that fell from the crisp winter sky, where the fleck of the light in the corner of the player's eyes might be a star 1,000,000 times as massive as the sun, boiling in the planets and the plasma. For the visible moment of the player walking home from the star, the universe suddenly almost familiar door to the dream again. And sometimes the player believed the universe had spoken to it through the zeros and the ones and the electricity of the world, through the scrolling words on the screen and the end of the dream. And the universe said, I love you. And the universe said, you have played a game well. And the universe said, everything you need is within you. And the universe said, you are stronger than you know. And the universe said, you are the daylight. And the universe said, you are the night. And the universe said, the darkness you fight is within you. And the universe said, the light you seek is within you. And the universe said, you are not alone. And the universe said, you are not separate from every other thing. And the universe said that you are the universe tasting itself, talking to itself, reading its own code. And the universe said, I love you because you are love. And the game was over, and the player woke up from the dream, and the player in the dream, a new dream, and the player dreamed again, dreamed better, and the player was the universe, and the player was love. You are the player, wake up.